A world-famous athlete shoots his girlfriend to death. He claims it was an accident, but he's prosecuted for murder in a dramatic trial that holds the attention of millions around the globe for months. Today, the verdict in the case of Oscar Pistorius, the disabled Olympian known as the Blade Runner. Debora Patta is in South Africa.
The celebrated track star stood impassively as the judge read out her verdict.
Guilty of culpable homicide.
Guilty of manslaughter, but cleared of murder. Judge Thokozile Masipa said she believed that Pistorius had shot his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp by accident, mistaking her for a burglar.
It cannot be said that the accused did not entertain a genuine belief that there was an intruder in the toilet who posed a threat to him.
Pistorius was also found guilty of negligence when his gun accidentally went off in a crowded restaurant. In a country still struggling with issues of race and violence, reaction to the verdict was swift. Forensic scientist Dr. David Klatzo told us he was astounded at the decision and he believed the judge's interpretation of the law was wrong.
Was justice served?
I don't think so. I think that there's a problem. And I think that it is a step backwards for a violent society where there are a lot of people out there with guns. It sends a very negative message out to the country.
Klatzo said he couldn't understand how the judge came to the conclusion that Pistorius didn't intend to kill Steenkamp after he fired not one, but 4 shots through the bathroom door. But Masipa said Pistorius had tried to resuscitate an unconscious Steenkamp, which was inconsistent with someone who wanted to commit murder. The Steenkamp family sat stone-faced, but her friends could not hold back their tears. Pistorius and his family looked relieved. Sam Taylor, a former girlfriend who testified in the trial, spoke out today against Pistorius. Taylor said that twice he'd been so drunk and aggressive that she'd hid his gun in fear for her life.
He was kind of like, where's my gun? I need my gun. I can't go to bed without the gun. I just thought, you know, if there's a gun around, anything can go wrong. So I just prevented it as much as I could.
Culpable homicide is a serious conviction in South Africa, but sentencing is entirely at the judge's discretion and could range from a fine to 15 years behind bars. But the prosecution is bitterly disappointed with today's ruling and will consider whether it appeals the verdict once that sentence has been handed down. That will take place on October 13.
Debora Patta outside the High Court in Pretoria. Debora, thanks very much. And CBS News will have more about the Pistorius case on a special Friday edition of 48 Hours. That's tonight at 8, 7 Central Time.